Right now, a local high school will not hold classes today after online threats posted on social media. We have a live report.
And we're live with the latest on breaking news overnight as Madison police investigate after more than a dozen gunshots are fired at a home while a family is sleeping. Keely Arthur has a closer look at the damage ahead.
From the Channel3000.com Alert Center, this is News 3 Now this morning.
Good morning, everyone, and thanks for joining us on this Wednesday, December 11th. We start this morning with breaking news.
Police are investigating a shooting that left nearly a dozen bullet holes in a house with a 9-year-old boy sleeping inside. Keely Arthur is live with what we know so far. Keely?
Yeah, Leah and Josh, this happened around 11:30 last night. Police are gone from the scene, but the damage remains. If you look past this gate, you can see at least 2 bullet holes in this window. Police say 10 bullet holes struck this home while a family was sleeping inside. Now, this is a residential area. It's by the Boys and Girls Club, and this is the 2300 block of Ally Drive. At least 13 bullet cases were found around the home from at least 2 different guns. Bullets hit the home, went through windows, spraying glass at the time, and a woman and 9-year-old boy were home, including one man was there as well. The woman was hurt by flying glass. She was not struck by a bullet. That woman is expected to be okay. Thankfully, no one else was shot either. Madison police haven't made any arrests, though, and they don't have any information on the suspects at this time. The one good piece of news, if you could call it that, is that this is considered a targeted shooting. It's not a situation where there were just stray bullets flying, but still a family inside at the time. To recap, no one shot. A woman, though, injured. Of course, if you have any information, please contact Madison Area Crime Stoppers or just the Madison Police. This is a developing situation. We're hoping to maybe speak to some neighbors, get a better sense of what happened at around 11:30. Josh and Leah.
Keely Arthur continuing to keep us updated. Thank you, Keely.
And now to our other big story this morning. Meteorologist Had McLean tracking another alert day. Very, very cold out there this morning, Hads.
It certainly is. The wind chill is a factor again this morning, so one more alert day in effect for the area. We're talking wind chills in the single digits below 0 again this morning. Highs will only be in the upper teens. That's about 10 to 15 degrees cooler than it should be. Here's your wind chill forecast through the day today. Still feeling pretty close to 0 this morning. As winds lighten up, though, this afternoon, things will improve just a little bit. Our wind chills will actually climb into the teens later on today. Now, we do have lots of sunshine in the forecast. You can see some light snow sinking to the south away from us. Another dry forecast for southern Wisconsin for today. A little bit of cloud cover right now, but that will be clearing as we go through the morning. No impacts to your travel early today. Road conditions are good. Only some brake lights just starting to show up on the belt line at Stoughton Road and Park Street. No other incidents to report across southern Wisconsin. Coming up in about 10 minutes, we'll talk about the chance for some snow tomorrow. Here's Thursday's snow forecast. It is possible through the late morning into the early afternoon hours. Shouldn't impact the commute times too much, though, on Thursday.
All right, Hattie, thank you. Still developing at this hour, students and staff at Middleton Cross Plains High Schools won't be in class this morning because of serious threats. You are taking a live look at Middleton High School this morning, where the parking lot is empty this morning after classes were canceled following threats posted online. Clark Street Community Schools also closed because of those threats made in multiple Instagram posts. Elementary and middle schools will still have class, but with an increased police presence and no outdoor recess. Police are still investigating. Police are also investigating another incident at a Madison high school. Police there found a BB gun inside a student's backpack yesterday. It happened at East High School. Madison.com reports parents got an email from the district saying a student reported that a classmate might have had a gun at the school. The school's resource officer found the gun in the backpack minutes later. Those students will still have class today.
Breaking overnight, police are looking for a suspect accused of robbing a man while he was loading up his groceries on the east side. It happened just before 9 last night along Vernon Avenue off Stoughton Road. Officers say the suspect walked up to the man while he was putting groceries in his car, put him in a headlock, and pressed a gun to his face. He got away with a wallet, some cash, and Apple earphones. Here's the suspect description. Police say he's between 20 and 25 years old, around 5'10" with a tattoo on his face. He was last seen driving off in a red four-door car. If you know anything, if you saw anything in that neighborhood, you can find the number to call Crime Stoppers up on channel3000.com.
Right now, state officials are investigating an officer-involved shooting that left one man dead in Rock County. Police say 3 Beloit officers shot and killed an armed suspect Tuesday. It happened around noon when a Rock County deputy heard gunshots and saw a vehicle he thought was stolen at Henry Avenue and Riversdale Drive. After a short pursuit, police say the man left his car and the chase began on foot until they found the suspect about a half a mile away on Harrison Avenue.
He was observed to be armed. 3 Beloit officers fired at the suspect, who received fatal injuries. The suspect was pronounced deceased at 12:25 p.m.
All 3 officers are on administrative leave while the Wisconsin Department of Criminal Justice investigates.
Breaking overnight, a Madison man is facing multiple charges after an alleged violent assault on a woman. Police say they received multiple calls about a man hitting a woman near Warner Park around 6:30 last night. At the scene, police found an injured woman holding a knife. She told officers the suspect, Leroy Savannah, was attacking her when she stabbed him in the shoulder. Savannah is in the Dane County Jail this morning, facing multiple charges, including domestic battery.
In health news this morning, the CDC and the FDA are investigating a multi-state E. coli outbreak with multiple people getting sick right here in Wisconsin. Officials think the source of the outbreak is the Fresh Express Sunflower Crisp Chopped Salad Kit. The CDC says 8 people from Wisconsin, Minnesota, and North Dakota have been infected.
To the nation's capital, House Democrats are moving forward with the U.S.-Mexico-Canada trade agreement that's been on hold for months now. You might remember, this is President Trump's long-promised replacement of NAFTA. The White House wanted a deal finalized before the 2020 election, but House Democrats have delayed the vote, pushing for more provisions on labor, environment, and prescription drugs.
This deal is great news for Wisconsin dairy farmers who have been hoping for more trade with 2 of their top exporters in the world. Mitch Brainig owns Mystic Valley Dairy. He says he's noticed things in the industry change over the last 3 years as North American trade deals have been up in the air. One problem in particular, 3 years ago, Canada stopped accepting ultra-filtered milk from the U.S. That changes under the new agreement, but industry experts warn work still needs to be done to repair the trust among the countries, which Brainig understands.
Building these agreements takes a long time, and so when we do something to sort of change those agreements, you ruin relationships, and it takes a long time to sort of build trust and get those relationships back.
Dairy is just a small piece of this agreement. Other trade deals are helping the industry as well, including a new agreement in the works with Japan.
All right, 6:07 your time now. 'Tis the season of giving, and you have a chance to help out some folks out in Southwest Wisconsin. We'll tell you how you can make sure people with developmental disabilities can go to Badger Camp next summer.
But first, today is the last day in a stretch of frightfully cold alert days. Hattie's telling us about some rising temperatures in the coming days coming up in her alert day forecast right after this. Keep watching News 3 Now this morning.
This
Good morning from the patio, all bundled up once again this morning with some wind creating a bit of a chill here in southern Wisconsin. It is an alert day for the area once again, so keep that in mind. Also, there is some frost on the windshields in the parking lot here at News 3, so you need to plan some extra time. If you park your car outside, it'll need a quick scrape this morning. Here's a look at our alert day forecast today. We are again talking about morning wind chills in the single digits below zero. It's pretty chilly even for December standards, and high temperatures only in the upper teens. We still should be topping in the 30s today. No wind chill advisories in effect for southern Wisconsin, but there are wind chill advisories again this morning for the northern half of the state. North of the line from La Crosse up towards Green Bay, and really snow depth makes all the difference. Take a look at the temperatures. We're 10 here in Madison with no snow on the ground. With several inches of snow in Ladysmith, it is 17 degrees below zero. Superior is at -15. So again, that snow making a huge difference in the temperatures. And likewise, the winds. Some spots, wind chills are approaching 35 degrees below zero. So that makes our -2 here in Madison maybe not look so bad. Here's a closer look at southern Wisconsin wind chills this morning. -1 in Monroe, 3 below in the Dells and Lone Rock. We have a wind chill 6 in Mineral Point. You still have to bundle up this morning, though. It is a pretty chilly start to the day. Your future track wind chills this morning. As you head to work and school, it's still going to feel like it's just a little bit below zero in most spots. By the lunch hour, we have single-digit above zero wind chills. And then this afternoon, as the winds diminish, those wind chills go back into the teens, pretty close to the actual high. So better news later today. Wind chills aren't going to be a huge factor this afternoon, but we will see a south wind tomorrow. That's going to keep temperatures a little bit warmer. We'll start in the 20s tomorrow morning. Watch your future track forecast model, though. By the lunch hour on Thursday, some light snow begins to spread into the area. Best chances to see that snow will be north of Madison. Any accumulations are likely to be pretty light, maybe just around an inch in our far northern viewing area. Here's a look at your extended forecast then. It's cold today, but at least we have the sunshine. We're going to lose that sun for the end of the week with chances for light snow on Thursday, some flurries or drizzle on Friday, and then again a chance for snow on Saturday. It will turn colder as we head into the upcoming weekend. Now let's get a look at the first alert traffic maps. We'll send it over to Josh Tim for all the details. Good morning, Josh.
Yeah, good morning. A quiet start so far on the Beltline. No major delays showing up yet in either direction at this point. Checking out some other roads here in Dane County. Look for a few brake lights on Stoughton Road and Verona Road as you approach the Beltline. Nothing to slow you down around campus. Volume is not an issue at this point. And other main routes heading into Madison, they're moving at the posted speeds with no major crashes or delays. With your first alert traffic, I'm Josh Tim.
Josh and Hattie, thank you very much. This season, we're highlighting ways you can give back to your community and make sure every family has a happy holiday.
And this morning, we are talking to some folks with Badger Camp out in southwest Wisconsin. Fred Kropp is here to tell us more about the camp. Good morning.
Good morning.
So for folks who aren't familiar, what is Badger Camp all about?
Badger Camp is a summer camp for individuals with developmental disabilities. We go from a child's age of 3 up to adult.
Wow.
We don't have an age restriction other than you got to be 3 years old. We're located, as you said, in Prairie du Chien, about 20 miles south of Prairie du Chien,
Sure.
on about 900 acres. It's gorgeous property, overlooks the Wisconsin River Valley. And we do everything that you would do at summer camp. We do horseback riding, fishing, camping, outdoor camping, rustic camping, archery, arts and crafts. Pretty much anything you do at Boy Scout camp, Girl Scout camp, at summer camp.
So you're just taking a look at some photos there. How do families react to this?
Well, we have a lot that return every year. You know, it's a great place to send your child, send your adult person who hasn't really experienced summer camp before, and we're able to fill that need that they haven't been to camp.
What a really great effort. You have a fundraising event coming up this weekend. Tell us a little bit about that.
We do. We call it our 1966 event. It's when the camp was founded. It was founded by a bunch of teachers and individuals. And it's our biggest fundraiser of the year. And we have a silent auction, a live auction. We have a band. We have a nice meal prepared. Tickets are still available if somebody would like to come. We have it out in Potosi. We start with the Potosi Brewery at a simple, nice social gathering.
Sure.
And then we move across the street to the a banquet facility.
Very cool. Beautiful land out there. We'll have more information on that up on channel3000.com. Thanks so much for joining us this morning, Fred.
Well, thank you for having us.
You bet. All right, still ahead for us on this Wednesday morning. New questions are being raised about our country's involvement in the war against Afghanistan. Coming up, we're telling you about the documents that say the American people have been lied to.
And you're going to want to bundle up at the bus stop this morning with the kids. Hattie's Alert Day forecast is straight ahead on News 3 Now this morning.
.6:19 on a Wednesday morning.
Are you sure?
Oh, don't you do that now. I was already confusing up yesterday.
It's hump day.
It is hump day. I feel like it's just been a long week, and I think it's just kind of this changing weather. Whatever
Wednesday.
excuse I can come up with.
Oh boy, yeah.
Any of them work right now.
Yeah.
It is cold again today, so you have to deal with that as you head out the door this morning. Here's a look at our current temperatures. 10 in Madison, only 7 in the Dells. Some clouds have moved into the area, especially west of Madison, so that's keeping temperatures up a little bit in the teens this morning. Wind is a factor, though. As you send the kids off to the bus stop, keep that in mind. We do have some sunshine today, especially building for the afternoon. High temperatures will only be in the upper teens. Again, those wind chills will make it feel a little bit colder. So another day to have all the layers. Here's a look at your wind chill forecast for today. Near zero this morning. Lighter winds this afternoon. It'll feel at least like it's in the teens. Stay warm today.
Hattie, thank you. The House Judiciary Committee will be debating the 2 articles of impeachment against President Trump later today. He's charged with abuse of power and obstruction of Congress stemming from his conduct with Ukraine. President Trump rallied supporters in Pennsylvania last night, promising the impeachment inquiry would lead to his re-election in 2020.
Newly released documents are raising serious questions about the progress of the war in Afghanistan and whether the American people were lied to. More than 2,000 pages of interviews, first obtained by the Washington Post, found senior U.S. officials didn't tell the truth. The war started as a campaign to destroy al-Qaeda after 9/11. But 6 months into it, the then Secretary of Defense warned his staff that, quote, "We are never going to get the U.S. military out of Afghanistan unless there is stability." The war is the longest in U.S. history. It has cost the country $1 trillion and 2,300 American lives.
Breaking news overseas this morning. An Afghan official says a powerful suicide bombing targeting a U.S. military convoy near the main American air base near Kabul. There haven't been any deaths reported. However, a police commander says he expects there to be casualties since this morning's explosion destroyed several homes.
The Navy is suspending flight training for more than 300 Saudi military students. This comes after last week's shooting at the naval base in Pensacola, Florida. A Saudi student killed 3 people and hurt 8 others there. The motive for that shooting is still unknown. This stand down will affect 3 bases in the Pensacola and Jacksonville areas.
A shootout between police and armed suspects killed 6 people, including an officer in New Jersey. It started at a cemetery where police stopped 2 people for questioning. The police chief says that's when the officer was shot and killed before the suspects barricaded themselves inside a supermarket and shot at people with high-powered rifles. When the shooting ended, police found 5 people dead inside. 2 of them were suspects. The others were civilians.
Wisconsin Democrats are calling out President Trump for what they're calling broken promises to lower prescription drug costs. They say they're supporting the Lower Drug Costs Now Act of 2019 because it would allow Medicare to negotiate prices on up to 250 drugs. Prices could also be reduced by up to 55% and could lower consumer spending by $1 trillion. Lafayette County Supervisor Chris Marion explained how prescription drugs helped her recover from rheumatoid arthritis.
Eventually, I ended up basically bedridden. I was overcome by the fatigue of constant pain. I couldn't hold a pen comfortably. I couldn't brush my teeth with a regular toothbrush because I couldn't close my fingers. And catastrophically for me, I couldn't hold a coffee cup. I needed 2 hands.
Marion says the prescription drug Enbrel helped her get her life back. Retired rheumatologist Timothy Harrington says the cost of that medication and other prescriptions for chronic diseases has doubled over the past decade for no justifiable reason.
Around the state this morning, the Milwaukee Board of Health is working to address the vaping crisis. You'll remember back in August, Milwaukee was the first city to warn people to stop vaping immediately, just days after the first vaping death was reported in Illinois. The board says a lot of the cases we see in Wisconsin are from the black market and are counterfeit. There are more than 2,000 cases of vaping-related injuries nationwide, 97 of which are here in Wisconsin. 48 people have died from vaping so far.
6:24 on your Wednesday. Still ahead, we are live from Middleton High School, where classes are canceled today after a series of threats were posted to social media.
But first, Keely Arthur has the latest on breaking news overnight on Madison's south side. Keely?
A family inside one of these homes woke up to the sound of gunfire. We're going to tell you how that family is doing and take a closer look at the damage just ahead.
Get on.
From the Channel3000.com Alert Center, this is News 3 Now this morning.
Good morning and thanks for staying with us on this very busy December 11th. We have a number of breaking news stories to update you on this morning.
We're going to start with Keely Arthur this morning. She's live from the scene of a shooting on the south side that has a house riddled with bullet holes this morning. Keely, what can you tell us?
This happened at 11:30. Police are not on the scene, but the damage certainly is. If you look past this gated area, you're going to see at least 2 bullet holes in this window. Police say that is 2 of 10. The family was sleeping in this home at the time of the gunshots. Now, this is a residential area. It's by a Boys and Girls Club. It's the 2300 block of Allied Drive. Police say they found 13 bullet casings from 2 different guns during their investigation. Bullets hit the home, went through windows, spraying glass, and hitting one of the women inside with glass, not gunfire. Thankfully, no one was shot in this incident. The woman who was hurt by the glass is expected to be okay. Madison police have not made any arrests, though, and have no information on any suspects. Police are saying they do believe this is a targeted incident, so it's a little bit different than the incidents we've been telling you about in the previous weeks and months, where this is gunfire that is just hitting random homes and random cars. Again, police saying this situation is a targeted one. It's just off of Allied Drive. Obviously, a lot of questions remain in this case. We, of course, want to know how that 9-year-old is doing today, and we're hoping to get you that information as soon as we can. Josh and Leah.
Keely Arthur live with this breaking news update. Keely, thank you.
Over to Hattie now for our other top story. An alert day in the forecast, Hattie.
That's right. It is cold still here across southern Wisconsin. Temperatures will top only in the upper teens today. That's about 10 to 15 degrees below normal for this time of the year. And we are once again talking morning wind chills below 0. Here's a look at those current wind chill readings. 2 below here in Madison. 8 below in the Dells, 12 below in Camp Douglas this morning. Along the state line, wind chills are in the single digits above 0. As you step out the door, you'll see some clouds early today, but they will clear for the afternoon. High temperatures, though, will only be in the upper teens, so definitely bundle up before you leave the house this morning. Let's get a look at those first alert traffic maps now. No major issues to report right now, but it is getting a little busier on the Beltline and around Stoughton Road this morning. Otherwise, drive times looking pretty normal for this time of the day. Coming up in 10 minutes, we will talk about a chance for snow. This is the probability of precipitation on Thursday. So tomorrow we could see some of those flakes flying here in southern Wisconsin.
All right, Hattie, thank you. Another developing story this morning. Students and staff at Middleton Cross Plains High Schools will not be in class this morning because of serious threats. This is a live look at Middleton High School this morning, which is closed along with Clark Street Community School today because of threats posted on social media that are specific to those campuses. They were posted in multiple Instagram posts. Elementary and middle schools will still have class, but with an increased police presence and no outdoor recess. Police are still investigating.
Officers also investigating another incident at a Madison high school. Police found a BB gun inside a student's backpack there yesterday at East High. Madison.com is reporting parents got an email from the district saying a student reported that a classmate might have brought a gun to school. The school's resource officer found the gun in a backpack minutes later. Those students will still have school today.
One of the 3 suspects involved in a shooting on the Beltline this summer is due in court for his preliminary hearing today. 22-year-old Taiwan Reynolds made his first court appearance last week in Dane County Court. Police say he and 2 others were involved in the August 16th shooting where someone was firing at a car out of a moving vehicle in the morning rush hour traffic. He's being held on a $15,000 cash bond.
Madison Crime Stoppers are asking for your help to identify men suspected of stealing packages from an apartment complex mailroom. They posted these photos to social media saying they cleared 3 shelves of packages from the building on Farrenbrook Court near the Smith Residence Hall on the UW campus. This happened overnight sometime this Saturday. If you know anything or saw something happening that evening, you can find the Crime Stoppers number to call police up on channel3000.com.
It is 6:32 right now, and if you're one of the millions of people shipping gifts to loved ones and friends, listen up. This time of year is always busy for FedEx, UPS, and the U.S. Postal Service. But this year, that rings even more true because the shopping season is actually 6 days shorter and the deadlines to ship are rapidly approaching. For USPS and UPS, you'll want to make sure your cards and gifts are in the mail by the end of this week. Holy cow. For FedEx, the deadline is the beginning of next week. But there is hope for the ultimate procrastinator.
If you mail Priority Mail Express on the 23rd, we'll guarantee that it gets there by the 25th.
Who's going to pay a lot for it?
You'll pay more for it, but I'm sure the people that you're sending it to are worth it.
Now keep in mind that the Postal Service's busiest time of the season is the 2 weeks before Christmas. Know that you can print off a shipping label at home and have the package picked up right at your house, but you still need to stick to those deadlines.
Are you ready?
I can't believe we're 2 weeks away from Christmas today.
I don't have all of my Christmas shopping done.
It's kind of like crazy how fast the season came up this year.
6 days shorter.
Yeah, it really is.
All right, still ahead in the morning sprint, we have the latest on a shooting that left 6 dead in New Jersey.
And cold weather is the perfect time to break out the crock pot, Leah. Coming up next, we're sharing a few easy-to-make recipes that'll keep you and the whole family warm and full.
Stomach grumbling already.
Yeah, I know, I'm hungry. Keep watching News 3 Now this morning.
Well, all right, so we always ask you to share your morning with us here on the program. And Jolene sent in this stunner. This is out of Southwest Wisconsin, of course. And she said, Wisconsin never disappoints.
This is another photo that I'd love to have on my living room wall.
Girl, you need to send us more pictures. It's really impressive. And you mentioned earlier, we posted this on social media, went viral quite quickly.
Oh my gosh, this is like what makes Wisconsin so special. You have all of the elements right there.
Thanks for the reminder, Jolene.
If you've got a photo you'd like to share, all you have to do is send it to us over on our social media. Of course, Lee and I love our food. We're always hungry,
Yes.
especially this time of the year because of all of the comfort food options available out there.
Oh yeah, so we caught up with the Wisconsin Beef Council for some easy to make crock pot recipes for the whole family to enjoy.
Angie Harkin from the Wisconsin Beef Council is joining us this morning. Thank you for joining us.
Of course. Good morning.
Good morning to you.
Oh my gosh, the studio smells heavenly. I have to open this one up.
Yes.
Can we start with this guy?
Definitely. So I've got a couple slow cooker recipes because it is slow cooker season. And slow cookers are so great because you put everything in the morning. It doesn't take a lot of prep, especially our recipes. Super simple ingredients, and then set it and go to work and come home 9-10 hours later, and you've got a super delicious, hearty, stick to your ribs meal. Like this one. This is called our wild mushroom beef stew.
Look at
So
this.
I made both these recipes with stew meat from the supermarket, so already cut up. But you could use chuck roast, round roast, round roast, any of those cuts that need that need to be tenderized.
And
That
you
low,
cooked this
slow.
overnight for us.
Right.
I did. So I started it last night and ran it all night, and it's perfect. It's ready to eat. It's nice and warm. So 9-10 hours on low. On high, they take about 5-6. But yeah, that's it. Like, put all your ingredients in. I got some baby reds in there, some baby carrots. I bought the assorted wild mushrooms from the supermarket, so they're all ready for you. And then the sauce is tomato paste and beef broth and a little red wine.
Nice.
Of course.
Yeah.
Gotta
You
have
have
the
to.
wine,
You
yeah.
have
Well,
to.
it's the holidays.
So we've got the stew, now the sandwiches.
Okay, now the sandwiches. I'll set that right here. So these are called sweet onion and pepper beef sandwiches. Okay, perfect for a Packer game party or Badgers, on New Year's Day, because it makes a bunch. Now this calls for 3 pounds of beef stew meat, or whatever kind of beef you'd like, and then 2 sweet onions, 2 red peppers, and then the sauce is it's very similar to the other recipe, but a little tomato paste, little beef broth, some garlic.
What I love about these is they don't sound super complicated.
No, like 6-7 ingredients.
Love
and then
that.
get some big hoagie buns. Make some sandwiches. Of course, top
gosh.
with some Wisconsin cheddar.
That's right.
And then you've got a super delicious handheld sandwich that you can leave, like if you want to have a party, a game day party, leave it on low or warm and let people make their sandwiches throughout the day, throughout the game, and it's so easy.
Perfect.
Awesome. And these are just 2 of the recipes. You have a whole ton of them.
We do. So our website is beeftips.com, and go click on our recipes, and we have a whole slow cooker collection. So these 2 plus a lot more great recipes.
I am set for the rest of the month. Thank you so much, Angie.
You're welcome.
Gotta get that Wisconsin cheddar. I get so excited about cheese.
You always get so excited about the beef and cheese.
Oh, you better believe I do. So Hattie, the crockpot queen Josh has claimed you.
Yes. We eat out of the crock pot probably 4 out of 7 nights this time of the
Wow.
year. It's just so easy and so wonderful. You come home and the house smells like food's already ready. Just put it on the table.
Well, and it's nice like when you have a busy family that's kind of on wacky schedules that it's just always there and people can kind of eat as they want
Right,
too.
if people are coming and going, the food is always ready for them.
I'll always do like barbecued meatballs. I'll just throw some meatballs and some barbecue sauce, but
That is your
I
thing.
can never like wait. It always smells so good that I'm like, here's a meatball, here's another one. Just like by the time
you have any
supper comes
left?
around, there's nothing left.
Oh, brother.
We'll get this up on channel3000.com as well.
All right, 6:40 your time on this Wednesday. Today is definitely a crockpot kind of a day.
Yes.
Hattie's continuing to update your alert day forecast after the break.
But first, it is Wednesday, December 11th, and we want to say happy birthday to Clara and all the other kids turning 3 today. Thanks for waking up early and celebrating with us on News 3 Now this morning.
For first, fast, accurate weather updates, watch First Alert Weather. Look who's
6:44 on a Wednesday morning, and a pretty shot right here from our WISC-TV camera. See some breaks in the clouds out there?
The sun is just trying to peek through.
And we're hoping for that sunshine out there, Hattie, because it is cold, cold, cold out there.
Yeah, we need anything we can get to help us warm up a little bit today. Cloud cover this morning across southern Wisconsin. Here's a look from the Edgewater. No issues with fog, though, early today. It is a cold start to the day, but luckily not as cold as it could be. Notice the snowpack lacking here across southern Wisconsin. No snow on the ground, but as you head to the north woods, you have better than a foot on the ground in some locations. Ladysmith, Rhinelander have quite a bit of snow right now, and that is really doing a number on temperatures and wind chills. Take a look at the wind chills to the north. 36 below is what it feels like in Rhinelander. Wausau feels like 27 degrees below zero, and Superior, it feels like 32 below. So with that snow on the ground, it's definitely much colder. When you look at Madison at 2 below, it doesn't look quite as bad on this map. Let's take a closer look, though, at our alert day forecast for today. We are talking wind chills below zero this morning, so that's why the alert day is in effect. High temperatures will only be in the teens today, despite some sunshine through the afternoon. Weather track is showing you what's happening right now. We've had some snow pass to our south. No snow here in southern Wisconsin, and a dry forecast for today. There is some cloud cover, though, associated with that system, and you can see those clouds in just the far southern part of the state. Those clouds will continue to clear. Where the clouds are in place, though, temperatures are at least in the double digits. We have 12 in Lone Rock, 10 here in Madison, 16 in Janesville. Contrast that with clear skies in the Dell and a temperature in the Dells and a temperature of just 6 degrees. So it is colder where the skies are clear. Our future track winds today from the west, southwest this morning. They're still pretty strong, around 10 to 12 miles an hour, generating a wind chill. As we head towards the lunch hour, those winds begin to diminish, and by later on this evening, winds will be calm. So not much of a wind chill factor when you head home from work this afternoon. Your wind chill forecast does show that it feels like zero this morning, but by this afternoon, wind chills are back into the teens, a little bit closer to the actual air temperature. Now, our future track model, dry for today, but this is tomorrow morning, starting at 8 o'clock. Clouds and a southerly wind in place. Take a look at these temperatures. We'll start tomorrow morning on a milder note. There is the chance for some light snow to pass through the area, especially areas north of Madison. It's going to move out pretty quickly, so it likely isn't going to be a huge impact for the evening commute. Amounts are generally expected to be less than an inch for our viewing area with this particular system. Let's take a look at that extended forecast. Then temperatures will be a little warmer tomorrow and Friday with highs in the upper 30s. Colder temps then on Saturday. We'll start at 32 and then drop through the day with a chance for some light snow. Quiet heading into next week, but cold as well with highs in the 20s. Here's our Pet Walk forecast. Take a look at Atlas in Madison. Oh. This is one of the happiest dogs I've seen in a long time.
Look at that tongue.
I know, just hanging out there, so excited to be out on a walk. It's not a bad day for a walk, just dress appropriately.
Beautiful dog. Put a coat on him.
Yeah.
Thank you, Addie.
You're welcome.
Stay with us for the morning sprint up next. 6:50, time for the morning sprint as we follow multiple breaking news stories this morning.
We begin with Keely Arthur. She's following a shooting overnight in Madison's Allied Drive neighborhood. Keely?
Police say this happened around 11:30. The family inside this home woke up to the sound of gunfire. If you look past these gates, you're going to see at least 2 bullet holes in this window. Police say that is 2 of 10. Thankfully, no one was actually shot. To give you a sense of this area, it is in a residential area near a Boys and Girls Club. 13 bullet casings were found in the area by 2 different guns. Bullets hitting the window hit not the bullets, but the window, the glass hit a woman, and the woman is expected to be okay, but she was injured by that glass. Police have not made any arrests, and they are looking for any information. If you have any, please contact police. Leah?
Thank you, Keely. Breaking into the Channel 3000 Alert Center, Fitchburg police say a gunshot led to a damaged sprinkler system and many flooded apartments overnight. It happened just after 1 this morning at a building on Leopold Way. Police say a boy fired off a single shot, which went through a wall and hit the sprinkler system, setting it off. That boy is in the juvenile detention center this morning.
Students and staff at Middleton Cross Plains High School won't be in class this morning because of serious threats. This is a live look at the high school this morning. The Clark Street Community School in Middleton High School will be closed today because of the threats posted in multiple Instagram posts that are specific to those campuses. Elementary and middle schools will still have class, but with an increased police presence and no outdoor recess.
Police are investigating another incident at a Madison high school. Police found a BB gun inside a student's backpack yesterday at East High. Madison.com reports parents got an email from the district saying a student reported that a classmate might have had the gun at the school. The school's resource officer found the gun in the backpack minutes later. Those students will still have school today.
And today is an alert day across southern Wisconsin. Temperatures are cold once again. We're starting out with wind chills below 0 in many locations this morning. Bundle up. It's going to be a chilly day today with high temperatures only in the upper teens this afternoon. Our northwest winds, though, will be diminishing through the day.
Hattie, thank you. A suspect is still at large this morning after an armed robbery. It happened just before 9 last night on Vernon Avenue off Stoughton Road. Madison police say a man was unloading groceries from his car when the suspect put the man in a headlock, pressed a gun to his face, and demanded his wallet. That suspect was last seen in a red 4-door sedan headed north on Vernon Avenue.
A Madison man is facing multiple charges after an alleged violent assault on a woman. Police say they received multiple calls about a man hitting a woman near Warner Park around 6:30 last night. At the scene, officers found an injured woman holding a knife. She told officers the suspect, Leroy Savannah, was attacking her when she stabbed him in the shoulder. Savannah is in the Dane County Jail this morning, facing multiple charges, including domestic battery.
State officials are investigating an officer-involved shooting that left 1 man dead in Rock County. Police say 3 Beloit officers shot and killed an armed suspect Tuesday. It started around noon when a Rock County deputy heard gunshots and saw a vehicle he thought was stolen at Henry Avenue and Riversdale Drive. All 3 officers are on paid administrative leave while the Wisconsin Department of Criminal Justice investigates.
A shootout between police and armed suspects has left 6 people dead, including an officer in New Jersey. The police chief says an officer was shot and killed after stopping the 2 suspects for questioning. Those men barricaded themselves inside a supermarket and shot at people with high-powered rifles. When the shooting ended, police found 5 dead people inside. Both suspects were killed.
The Navy is suspending flight training for more than 300 Saudi military students. This comes after last week's shooting at the naval base in Pensacola, Florida. The Saudi student killed 3 people and hurt 8 others. The motive for that shooting is still unknown. The stand down will affect 3 bases in the Pensacola and Jacksonville area.
One of 3 suspects involved in a shooting on the Beltline this summer is due in court for his preliminary hearing today. 22-year-old Taiwan Reynolds made his first court appearance last week in Dane County Court. Police say he and 2 others were involved in the August 16th shooting when someone was firing at a car out of a moving vehicle in morning rush hour traffic. He's being held on a $15,000 bond.
The House Judiciary Committee will debate the 2 articles of impeachment leveled against President Trump later today. He's charged with abuse of power and obstruction of Congress stemming from his conduct with Ukraine. The president rallied supporters in Pennsylvania last night, promising the impeachment inquiry would lead to his re-election in 2020.
Madison Crime Stoppers are asking for your help to identify men suspected of stealing packages from an apartment complex mailroom. They posted these pictures to social media, saying they cleared 3 shelves of packages from that apartment building on Farrenbrook Court Saturday night.
Newly released documents are raising questions about the progress of the war in Afghanistan and whether the American people were lied to. More than 2,000 pages of interviews, first obtained by the Washington Post, found senior U.S. officials didn't tell the truth. The war started as a campaign to destroy al-Qaeda after 9/11 and has gone on to become the longest in the U.S.'s history, costing $1 trillion and 2,300 American lives.
House Democrats are moving forward with the U.S.-Mexico-Canada trade agreement, which is President Trump's long-promised replacement of NAFTA. The White House wanted that deal finalized before the 2020 election, but House Democrats delayed the vote, pushing for more provisions on labor, the environment, and prescription drugs.
The CDC and the FDA are investigating a multi-state E. coli outbreak with multiple people getting sick right here in Wisconsin. Officials think the source of the outbreak is the Fresh Express Sunflower Crisp Chopped Salad Kit. CDC says 8 people from the Badger State, Minnesota, and North Dakota have been infected.
6:57 now. Let's turn it over to Josh Tim with a look at your first alert traffic. Hey, Josh.
Yeah, good morning, guys. Slowing down already on the westbound Beltline. Brake lights as soon as you exit the interstate, continuing until West Broadway. Going to add a couple minutes to your drive time. Inbound side of John Olin, you're tapping the brakes at Olin Avenue and then again at North Shore Drive, making your way into downtown. Other main routes heading in Madison, they're cruising at the usual speeds right now with no major crashes or delays. Your first alert traffic, I'm Josh Tim.
Thank you very much, Josh.
And here's a look outside this morning from our Edgewater sky camera. Still a lot of clouds here in Madison. Skies are already clear, though, to the north. Look for those clouds to clear the area this morning. Temperatures will be back in the upper teens this afternoon. They'll still be quite chilly, though, with wind chills near 0 early today. That extended forecast, we're in the 30s tomorrow.
All right, Hattie, thank you. And thanks for joining us. Go make it a great day. We'll see you back here tomorrow morning.